All right, good evening everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Keeping It Real with Shay. If you're not subscribing yet, please do subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, comment, and of course, click that bell upon subscribing. So, again, thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Keeping It Real with Shay. And of course, I'm Shay, alongside with my co-host, Mr. Jason Castro. So tonight we're actually live on location in Burlington. We won't quite reveal the exact location, but we are in the city of Burlington. So Jason, how is your last few weeks? Say hi to the viewers.
Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in again, and we thank you for all of the views in our last episode, and I hope you guys continue to tune in, and we try our best to always give you the best content and what is the hot topic of the hour or what have you. So I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
We just came from Collingwood.
Yes, we just came from Collingwood last week, right? We were there. No, the week.
Last weekend.
Last week.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was good. Good times. And of course, we had to come back to reality. But then I worked for 2 days, and then we went camping. We were in Salbo Beach for a few days, about 3 days, I believe. But so that was good. That was a good break, and of course now again back to reality. But I always look forward to my live chat sessions, now our live chat sessions, and of course we have such a great show for you guys today, great lineup today. But before that, we are actually live using something different today. So for all of you guys who have been subscribed to my channel, you did see me unbox Hero 8, a GoPro Hero 8, and guess what? That's exactly what we're using tonight for our live chat session
GoPro.
This evening. Yes, I did an unboxing vlog a few weeks ago, and I said I would try it out. So I did a vlog, actually on that same day, I believe, that same evening or the next day.
Okay.
And it worked out really well.
Okay.
So Goody thought it would be cool to use it for, of course, this chat live session. So if you guys find that the quality is amazing, go out and grab yourself a Hero 8 GoPro.
Ask Goody to buy it for you because he can afford it. Right? This is his clothing line.
Yes,
many
today,
properties he has.
Today we're actually decked out in cGartist apparel. So of course the weather is getting cooler. So grab your hoodies. If you're not following us on Instagram, follow us at c.gartist, and of course our website www.cgartist.ca. All right, so yes, we're fully decked out in cGartist gear.
Yep, love the sweater. Even the what do you call this?
This is our logo. So it's our customized
or like the texture
logo. Oh, the texture.
Yeah, this
rubberized.
One, yeah, rubberized,
yeah,
right? So
mine's
just in case you need rubber, guys, go get a sweater.
I don't know what mine's called, but we're wearing two different designs, which is kind of neat. So again, we're live on location, guys. I do have some, I have a few upcoming events happening that I would like to promote throughout the show. So first off is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. JDL Talented Entertainment's Antoinette Targa is having her album launch and concert. It's actually a birthday concert, and it will be live on virtual Facebook Live and also live in an auditorium, which of course yours truly will be hosting.
Nice.
So I will also be I'm gonna try and live stream behind the scenes as I get ready. I'm gonna try that out, and we will also be live streaming if we can tomorrow night. So guys, tune in again. If you're not subscribed to my channel, tune in to Keeping It Real with Shay. Subscribe, click the thumbs up button, and of course comment and click the bell, because tomorrow night I will be live streaming at Antoinette Targa's album launch and birthday concert. So that's tomorrow, Saturday, September 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, if you're in the Philippines, that's 9 a.m. September 6th. And it will be shown on Facebook Live. And of course, I will be live streaming it as well. Hopefully. We'll see how, when it comes to like live, we'll try our best because of all the technology that will be surrounding us at the venue. And of course, on Sunday, September the 7th, JDL Performing Arts will be holding their JDL Goes Broadway, a virtual showcase at 7 p.m. and that's live streaming on YouTube as well. So I will be dropping the link on all of my social media platforms. So look out for that, guys, because it's gonna be a great showcase. Again, that's JDL Performing Arts, JDL Goes Broadway, Sunday, September the 6th.
Is it the 6th? In Philippine time or?
No, in Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, September 6th at 7 p.m. It'll be live stream on YouTube. Please check us out. I will definitely be dropping the link on all of my social media platforms, so Instagram and Facebook. So that's what's happening with me. How about you, Jason? What is upcoming for you? Anything that we should be, staying tuned for?
Yeah. Actually, in our first conversation, the first episode together when you were interviewing me, I actually thought that, with COVID, things would slow down.
Yes.
But things are picking up again. And basically, I have a gig tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
I'm doing a debut, right, which is in Markham.
Okay.
And I'm also celebrating my mom's birthday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Tita.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mom. I love you even though you don't love me because I didn't choose law school and, I don't have an education, but I still love you.
Does she watch us? Like, could she watch us?
She has no social media whatsoever.
Oh, she doesn't. Okay.
Doesn't have a computer.
Oh, she doesn't.
So even though I shout out to her, she'll never see this ever. Unless we get famous.
Yeah.
So, right?
Well,
maybe on TV. Who knows?
You never know. I'm about to send my dad the link.
Oh, okay.
Right now, so he can.
There you go.
Watch us.
I love your dad.
We do have some people watching right now. So hi to Tita Lija from California.
Oh, Cali.
Okay. And of course, DJ Tolit.
DJ Tolit.
What's up?
Viral King.
So much for tuning in tonight.
Finally.
Yes, finally.
I love you.
You get to see us live and not just after.
Yeah. He's a very busy guy.
He's a very, very busy guy, DJ Tolit. So again, thank you so much, sir, for tuning in with us tonight. So we have a great lineup. Actually, we have a great show today. A great topic, and it's actually surrounding what's happening right now. 2020 has been the year of uncertainty. A lot of and I mean it continues to carry on, right?
Yeah, it does.
So today we're going to talk about how did this pandemic affect you, and I think it's a good topic to talk about, only because we're all going through it, right?
Yeah.
And not just as a country, but as a world, like around the globe.
Yeah.
Right. As the whole world, and it's come to that point now where I think everybody's kind of open to talk about it, right? So Jason, let's chat a little bit with you and about the pandemic, because we actually are both experiencing the different sides of the pandemic. Being essential, non-essential workers, or workers from home, of course. But we've been in this pandemic since March.
Yeah. March 12th, I think, is when...
Wow, exactly. When everything the world stopped.
The world stopped, yeah, literally.
Right?
Yeah.
So how has this pandemic affected you? your whole, I guess, well-being. Really.
Yeah, I mean, we touched base on this a little bit. We always had this discussion. I think in the first month or two, it's like a movie, right?
Yeah.
You can't believe it's happening. You see it on the news. You feel like a caged animal.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, you're at home, but you were an essential worker, right? You're a nurse, so
Yeah.
you have a different perspective. But you guys were inundated with a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think I have to admit, like the first month or two is kind of depressing, considering I consider myself a busy person when it comes to gigs, when it comes
Yeah.
to work or socializing, etc. So I think phase one was like, oh my goodness, like you don't know, like it's hard to believe what's happening.
It's
Right?
true.
And then they slowly implement stuff like wearing a face mask. And then imagine you have to line up outside of Walmart, only to go inside to line up again.
Yes.
Then they started implementing the arrows on the ground,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then being away from your family and your friends for that long was really it was kind of lagging there, right? But what I like though is as you go further in phase 2 and phase 3, things started to opening up. Then they started opening up other stores, malls. You can open up your social bubble,
Yes.
right? I think we're up to, what is it, 10 or something like that?
It's
around
10. It's 10
Yeah.
within your social bubble.
You can, within your social bubble. That's fine. It's great.
Social. Sorry, it's just
Yeah, that's okay.
I have flies in my hair.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
So it's like, get away.
Yeah.
But we're just keeping it real, guys.
Yeah, we're keeping it real. So,
Yeah, you know what? It's actually been such a long process if you think about it. Like March to March, April, May.
I think it's 6 months. Did we hit the 6 months mark? Where we're
Yeah,
starting?
well, I think so.
Yeah.
We've hit the 6-month mark, I'm sure. But it just feels like the world stopped, and it stopped in a way where everybody kind of had to get accustomed to what do you call this? To everything that was surrounding us, the uncertainty, the unknowingness of like what is of things to come, right? Because they were really dead set on staying in and just making sure that nobody comes out. Like lockdown was lockdown,
Yeah.
right? And I feel bad for, of course, those that had to be away from their families, and even our emerge nurses around the world that of course couldn't, because they're in direct contact with any patients coming in, they had to be away from their families, right? So even anybody that had to be quarantined for 14 days, like you can only imagine like being stuck inside for so long
In solitude.
right? And although it's very hard, it really is hard. Going to the grocery store and making sure that what you touch is what you buy.
Remember panic buying?
Yes. Oh gosh, yes. I needed toilet paper like crazy, but although I had, but
Yeah.
toilet paper was like sold out everywhere.
But
right?
do you half of the people didn't understand why specifically toilet tissue was sold out. They didn't understand the whole
concept of,
Yeah.
I guess, but when you think about it, it's true. Like, what if everything shut down? What if we weren't allowed to go to like Walmart, or we weren't allowed, like everything was
Costco.
closed? Where would we get our basic necessities? So
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody was thinking. Like, we gotta go, right? Like, and even eggs at Costco, milk, like
Cereal, the basics.
the basics.
hand sanitizer was being sold.
Sorry.
I think right? The I think the most expensive hand sanitizer I saw that was being on sale, I think it was on Marketplace, Facebook, was like $40.
I know.
And people were just trying to
Yes.
gouge
People
you
were,
for a hand sanitizer.
you know what? And then once the government picked up on it, of course, they tried to really control it, which
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, and going back to going back to the panic buying, it took us a while to actually find toilet paper. Like, I had to get, like, I'm part of all these mom groups on Facebook. So everybody's like updating each other, right? So go here, go there. And it's all Oakville. So, or Burlington. So go here, go there, go here, go there. You get there, it's sold out.
Yep.
And then you go somewhere else, it's sold out. It was toilet paper, paper towel, hand sanitizer, alcohol, aloe vera. Like, you name it, like anything, and people were already making hand sanitizers, right? So
it was a crazy time.
It was a crazy time. But how, you know, I know we talked a little bit about the processes and all the changes, but how did it affect you, your lifestyle and you as a person? Because I mean, you probably had to start working from home. So how was that? Like, was that a change? Or do you normally have days when you work from home?
Yeah. So, you know, we're flexible. We can work from home, but you know, on a normal basis, you would have to have some kind of reason. Not a daily, every single day you work from home. We didn't do that, but you know, up until now, they're allowing 10% of people to go into the office because we're technically essential, right? So, you know, when I made the full commitment to just work from home, in the beginning, it was like I was depressed. Because I'm a social person, right? So when I would go to work, obviously I would enjoy the company of my friends. We would have lunch together. And all of us were in the same boat. We're like, man, when are we going to go back to work? 2 weeks goes by, 4 weeks goes by, a month, and then we're constantly looking at the updates from HR. And then it got to the point where we don't know when we're going to come back. So then it was like a monthly update. So I think in the first month I was depressed. And I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do. You know, surprisingly, I never gained weight. I guess because I don't have any more room. So I'm like, you know what? I look like a shopper already. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that was the atmosphere at work. But then, as things opened up, phase 2, phase 3, you're not just locked down at home. So you can leave your home after work and then you go to your other places, right? So that's when things started to turn for me mentally. I enjoyed the comfort of home. You're saving money. I mean, I'm saving like around $400 or $500 a month, not just commuting or taking TTC. So yeah, the first couple of months was a trying time, but then you overcome it and you start to enjoy the comfort of your home and you sleep in more, you have more rest. And for me personally, I said to myself, I'm not gonna rot in COVID. So I'm actually gonna turn the page a little bit and I'm gonna start maybe taking care of myself a little bit more. So I started, you know, longer walks. I actually lost 5 pounds during COVID.
Awesome.
Right? So I said to myself, it's a time where I can actually improve now. So my grieving process is done. I'm ready to like face COVID. And I'm ready to help other people. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. What about you? I mean, I know you have a different experience.
We all and I'm speaking on behalf, I guess, of all our frontliners and healthcare workers. We didn't really feel the pandemic as much. Because we had to all unite and just kind of stick together. But I think we're at that point now that everything's kind of kicking in and getting back on track. We're done.
I
think it's like, okay, when is this gonna be done? Let's just get life started again. But I don't think we'll ever get back to how things were. I think us as a country, I think we're gonna go back. We're not gonna go back. We're gonna move forward, but we're gonna move forward into the new normal, right? So we've been hearing a lot about the new normal, and and really that's what it is. It's something that we're gonna all have to adjust to, but it makes you it kind of makes you think, double kind of think. If that makes sense. Like, for example, before we never used to really care about how we open doors, okay? Or, you know, when you go shopping now, I mean, when we used to shop, we would just touch whatever we don't, even if we don't want to buy it, we just kind of take a look at it because we don't think that somebody else may have touched that or whatever, right? But now we have to be more cautious about it, right? Like, okay, well, I shouldn't you know, hold that handle, or like I shouldn't touch that first box of cereal, right? Like, there's just so much caution to be had that, you know, that's actually the new normal. And it's like, you can't go anywhere without a face mask, right? And that, of course, is to protect ourselves, protect our families, and of course those around us, right? So it's not that I'm saying, oh gosh, we gotta, like, you know, get used to this again, although it's really for our families and for ourselves, right? When you think about it, you know, moving forward, you know, the shopping experience now is like
horrible.
Yeah, like, you don't want to go shopping anymore because it's like, oh my gosh, you got to go this way. You know, you're walking in the mall and then there's arrows going this way, and then there's arrows leaving, right? So my daughter, she's always like, you know, if I'm going this way, she's always like, Mom, she's like, you need to go on the other side. And I'm like, why? Is there like a police here that's gonna ticket me, like, because I'm going the wrong way? But it's just because you don't think, you're not thinking, right? But there's these arrows, and obviously there's arrows because we need to follow it. And just like grocery store, like grocery shopping, when I'm shopping, I just go into the aisles, and I'm sorry, like, even now I don't even look at the arrows, right? So I'm going in one way, and then if I forgot something in the aisle, do I have to go around again just to go up that same aisle again?
It's not a natural instinct to look on the ground and look at an arrow, and you know, you touch base on the shopping part. In the beginning, it was so horrible because I'm like, Walmart is one of the busiest places. So no matter if you go to Walmart in Scarborough, whatever,
it's all the same.
It's all the same. You have to line up.
They're systematic, you see.
Systematic. I was like, oh my goodness, or whatever, Metro, No Frills.
They follow the same suit.
They follow the same thing. And then I saw your kids at Square One. Right on the weekend, and then I'm like, why at Square One, every store that I shop at has a freaking lineup? It drove me crazy.
I know. I think it's just because, you know, everybody just wants to go shopping, and
they want to go out.
They're
sick and tired.
And you know, I get that. I mean, even me, like, I'm kind of procrastinating when it comes to back to school shopping because, like, I still have one that's not in uniform, so I gotta go shopping for him. And I'm just like,
how old is Avery again?
Avery's 13. He's going into the 8th grade.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Last year of elementary, and Abby's in second year of high school. So yes, I am a mother of 2 teenagers, so please help me. We'll pray for you.
Suggestions, comments about raising teenagers, I am open to it. Comment below.
Use the Bible. Pray.
Yes, pray. But no, they're good kids. And I'm blessed to have them. It's just a different stage of life. But anyways, we're sidetracking.
That's okay.
So going back to the pandemic again, guys, you know, let us know, how did it affect you? Because, you know, around the world, everybody's experiencing the pandemic differently than, of course, us here in Ontario, Canada. And, you know, our numbers right now, I can't talk statistics, guys, but, you know, different regions have, of course, different positive, you know, in terms of numbers, positive cases. So we still have positive cases. And I think, guys, we just need to follow the rules. you know, it's hard. It's hard again because it's adjusting to the new norm, right? And going back to how the pandemic, you know, has affected us. I think with me, because thank you for sharing, you know, about your challenges mentally and even just your lifestyle alone. There's always an upside.
Yeah.
Of course, to everything.
Yeah.
With me, I think. See, my dad is in California with my brother, as well as my brother. He's home now, but you know, so having them there and then just kind of me having to be here, I couldn't even reach out to my aunts or anything because they're, you know, they live, you know, one lives in Guelph, one lives in Oakville, but because of the quarantine or everybody having to be home, they're scared as well, right? So, which I get. And I don't have any more grandparents because they've all passed. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise too, because then I would have felt so bad for them because nobody would be able to take care of them, right? So for all of you guys who have grandparents that are, you know, grandparents or even elderly parents, like continue to take care of them and make sure that they're following, of course, hand washing and not going to, you know, not being surrounded by too many people. They're following the social distancing, and of course, if they have any symptoms, make sure that you already, you know, you take them right away to be tested. Being tested is like the most uncomfortable test ever. Okay, like if any of you have been swabbed for the coronavirus, I mean, let me know how it went. And you know what, honestly guys, it's not because you have symptoms. Sometimes it's good to know.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes it's just good to know. If you know you were around people that may have had symptoms, it's always good to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Why? Because if you have family, think about it, you're exposing yourself to them. Okay? So I know we talked about this yesterday, and I think CNN and all social media platforms were sharing The Rock's
the whole
story, right? So the whole family has been infected and affected by coronavirus. So our prayers, of course, goes out to The Rock and his family.
Yeah.
Dwayne
The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, prayers again and thoughts, and hope you guys can come out of that soon. I again, going back, I keep going, you know, forward and then back again. With me, I think it was more worry. I was worried about my dad, you know, and my brother, because LA, the US is totally different, you know, a different kind of, they're going through a different
should we say like lockdown. No comment here?
Yeah, no comment. A different process and a different experience.
Regionally.
That's the word, right? Like everybody's going through it differently. So with me, I think I was more concerned about my kids and of course my family. I spent a lot of time with, of course, Goody's family. So I want to make sure that, of course, everybody's healthy, right? And making sure that everyone's staying safe. So with me, I was just working and going back home, and I think the biggest thing is events and just being social. I know, right? Because difficult. I too am very social. Yeah, as I'm sure all of you already know. So it was tough. It was tough, even to see my own cousins. I haven't been able to really bond with them. But we tried to do the Zoom thing. We tried to do the house party, video calling. We had game night one time. But in terms of it affecting me mentally, it did not. Oh, okay. It did not in a negative way, but more in a positive way. So I was able to kind of, even if I was working and just, thinking about what else. Now there's so much time because we don't have gigs, we don't have events, there's nothing going on. So there was so much time to really do a lot of self-care, do a lot of goal setting, trying to, motivate yourself, inspire yourself, right? So I did a lot of, writing. I do a lot of journaling. That helps me.
Like diary writing, or
Yeah, it's almost like diary.
it's like this day Goody is good looking because he shaved, right? Good.
It's almost like that. But it's a lot of gratitude writing, a lot of what are you grateful for writing.
Okay.
So a lot of
What you're thankful for.
yes, a lot of mindfulness and just being self-care. Really, it's and I went for a lot of runs, which was good. I gained weight during COVID, everybody.
It doesn't show.
And I needed to take care of myself, and because I had some time, my hours were cut. I was able to find some me time, and the me time was running. So if you guys ever want to find a therapeutic activity, run.
Yeah, for sure.
I find that when I'm stressed or when I have a lot on my mind, to clear my mind, I'd run. I'd journal and run.
For sure.
And it was great. Like I lost 3 or 4. Actually, I lost 5 pounds and then I gained it back, and then I lost 3 and then I gained it back. Now I'm at 2, so
Nice.
I still have to lose a few more pounds. But I found a lot. I learned a lot about myself, which is good. And of course, during this pandemic, we've built new friendships.
Yeah.
Right? Between us four, of course, Jason, Ludi, myself, and Goody.
Yeah.
So we've, and which is, which, you know what? In the industry that we're in, it's so tough to get together. That was a positive. There was a lot more positive for me than negative, which I'm very grateful and blessed for. But yeah, I started, of course, I think everybody started a YouTube channel.
I know.
Right?
Or their own business.
2020 was a year of, this year was, there was highs and lows.
Yeah.
But, there was so many new opportunities for each and every one of us, I think, right? So, it's just, there's so much to look forward to now, and I think I'm just about ready to say goodbye to 2020 and let's go 2021.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna? I mean, what do you anticipate? What's to come? Like, what do you see in the next, the rest of the year? So we have what? We have maybe 4 more months maybe of the year to go.
Right.
So what do you see happening in the world, really, when you think about it? Because think about it, we haven't, they keep saying that, second wave hasn't hit yet. Right? Do you anticipate a second wave? And if you do, like, how do you see the rest of the year?
I mean, that's a great question, and everyone wants to know the answer as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But when you mention how is the world gonna cope?
Yeah.
If you think about it, yes, there was a lot of negativity, and obviously there's a lot of positive results in terms of people getting sick, and unfortunately there's people that have passed away.
Yes.
But at the same time, if we think about it positively, the world has actually come together too.
Yes.
Because we discuss this, never in the history of humankind, no matter what your race is, no matter what religious belief you have, no matter what social status you are in, rich, poor, middle class, we were all exposed to this coronavirus.
Yes.
So it got everybody talking. It got everybody on the same page. And I've been on this earth for 40 years. I've never seen that ever.
Yes.
Where every channel, every news station, your neighbor, your co-worker, your family, your friends, no matter where they are, we have to deal with this together.
Yes.
So, to answer your question, they always say a second wave. I mean, if they say second wave, I don't think it's gonna reach to the point where I think we got to. Well, I don't know. We're not allowed to mention stats, but
No.
I don't think.
No stats.
Yeah, sorry. Okay,
Sorry.
so let's put it this way: it's not gonna be as high as our first couple of months. I don't
Yeah.
think that, because our government. I can only speak on behalf of our government. You know, Doug Ford is controversial, but our Ontario government has done a great job.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
In implementing, you know, face mask has to be mandatory. The social bubble,
Yes.
right? Opening up the phases to me in a timely manner. But I also have to give my prayers out and my respect to the people that were unfortunately laid off during this time. So we have to acknowledge them as well, right? And I feel bad for those guys, and you know, we're here to try and support you. Obviously we can't save the whole world, but you know, our prayers go out to you, and I hope in the near future the economy can bounce back.
Yes.
Okay, that's one
Yes.
of my concerns. I really hope that everybody can get back to a quality of life that they were used to before, right? We are the blessed ones where we were able to keep our positions, okay, but we also have to relate to the people that suffered too,
Of course.
right?
Yes.
So with that said, you know, in the second phase, I try to help small businesses as much as possible, you know, use their services, etc.
Yeah, I was doing that actually during this phase.
Yeah, exactly. Whether
Yeah.
you're selling food, whether you're selling clothes,
Yeah.
whatever, what have you.
Yes, yes.
You know, every little bit
Counts.
Counts.
Agreed.
What are we gonna do in the future? I really hope that this vaccine will come. I mean, you're in the medical field.
Yeah.
There's,
And we're just as in the dark as everybody else is.
Yeah.
Right. So I hope so too. I hope so too. Do you think there'll be a second wave?
me personally,
Yeah.
I maybe, because schools are opening up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And obviously, when you have a lot of kids from the ages of elementary school to high school to college, etc., there is a possibility there.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think it's going to be as disastrous as the first one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you think that the rest of this year is pretty much a write-off? Not a write-off. I mean, a write-off in a sense where let's just get the year over with and let's just start fresh.
Yeah, you know what? I think a lot of people have that mindset right now.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you can see it. You know, you can see it in our summertime,
Yes.
where you go to places and people just want to be out there.
Yes.
They just want to be like, you know what? I just want to try to make the best out of this.
Yes.
You know, 2020, I thought it was a write-off, but again, I think we've been fortunate enough we're gaining back with all of the activities and
Yes.
etc.
Yes. Because it you know it's always a busy time for us during this time as hosts of events, and you know it's great that you know we're able to. You know, we're able to collaborate because we have the time, right?
Yeah, you talk about positive stuff. That's one of the positive
Positives.
things that happen, right?
Yes,
You have more
yes,
time
definitely.
to spend time with, you know, family that's local,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because you have more hours in the day, and then you can reach out to people that you haven't touched base on in such a long time.
Yes.
And like what you said, I mean, we were able to really know you and Goody.
Yeah, get to know each
I mean,
other. It
I've
was
known
good.
Goody for like maybe 10 years, but we just crossed paths, right?
Yeah,
We never
yeah.
really developed a friendship because Goody was too busy making millions, right? So, right, Goody? Right. Right. So we were all busy, but that's one of the positive things. And did you pick up a hobby? I picked up some hobbies, or like that's another positive
Did
thing.
you pick up a hobby?
Yeah. Let me get some water.
Yeah, I don't in terms of an actual hobby, let me just think. I don't I ran. I ran more. I actually Goody took me on a lot of adventures.
There you go.
I'm sure you guys can see on my vlogs on my channel. So again, if you're not subscribed to Keeping It Real with Shay,
check out, what is it,
subscribe.
Cataract Falls?
Yeah, so I've never been an adventurous person. Okay, I'm very scared. I think growing up, my parents really sheltered me and protected me from getting hurt, scratches, bruises. Right?
You're the princess.
I'm the princess. I'm the only girl and the eldest.
Yeah.
So I was very girly. So even like climbing up a hill or like whatever it is, getting dirty wasn't like my thing. So of course, here comes Goody. He's very adventurous. And
Goody's been all over the world.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of my firsts experience has been with him, which is great. And you know, so we went to Forks at the Credit, and you guys should check out that vlog. Thank you to everybody who has viewed it and actually went to Forks at the Credit because of that vlog. I got a lot of comments actually that it helped. So thank you. Yeah, so that was the first time I actually hiked, like going downhill, and it was rocky, and I actually almost fell.
Oh my goodness.
And if I fell, I would have hit my head and probably had a concussion. But I was able to grab onto a branch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that was my very first time really taking that risk.
Being adventurous.
And then after that, we went to the cottage, of course, and then
Montreal.
We went to Montreal, right, with the kids for my birthday. So that was great too. And then we went to just recently went to Sabo Falls, and then there was like falls there, and then you had to kind of hop rocks, but these rocks were like slippery. So I had to take my shoes off, and I was barefoot. And I was telling Goody's like, come on, do you want? And so let's just say there's rocks here, and then there's this actual rock here. So it reminded me of the Little Mermaid rock. Okay, so in order to get there, you got to walk through the water and like all these rocks. But because it's mossy and like slimy, so it was actually really, really slippery. You had to be really good with your feet.
Yeah.
So I'm a dancer, right? But you have to have good grip. So I was trying to find every crevice.
Did you ballet your way through?
Well, no, I was trying to find every crevice, okay, to get to this big rock because I really liked the view from that rock. So Goody's like, just come, just go. Are you gonna go? So of course I don't want to look like a loser or like a baby and like, no, it's okay, I'm scared. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do it, right? Because then this guy is like hopping like it's nothing, right? And it's like when he was going down like the hill at the Forks, he was just like going down like nothing too. I was like, this guy, and I was like, be careful. But anyways, to make the long story short, I made it to the big rock, okay, with a little help from Brennan, who's another a guy, one of our guys on the team, on the GC weddings team. So he helped me across. But yeah, so in terms of,
was Goody shooting you trying to pass her?
I don't know if Goody got some footage, but I mean, watch out for that vlog because I had a few footages, but but he did get us on the rock. Okay. He probably took some stolens of me looking like an idiot or scared. I was really scared, guys.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, I was scared that I was gonna fall in and crack my head. Like that's the biggest thing I'm like, worried about. But no, so in terms of hobbies, it's just adventures. It's day trips. Goody likes, to drive, thank God. So I love driving. I love road trips. I love just driving. And, he took me to a lot of places that I've never been to, like Aurelia and yes, I've never been to Aurelia. But just because and then I realized, this is one thing I realized, okay, guys, and I'm sure that if you really dig deep during, this whole pandemic,
dig as in like meditating,
like dig deep within yourself and think about what you realize, okay, about yourself and about your life. I realized that I let so many years pass by without ever branching out into our own province. Okay, in terms of all these conservation parks, there's all these things to do with your kids, or even just, you know, yourself. Like, you know, there's trails, there's parks, there's falls, like there's so many things. And I think that's what that's what I'm grateful for in terms of a hobby, or what we got out of this pandemic. Because of course, you know, with Goody as well, I mean, this pandemic of course hit him too, along with a lot of business owners. But he was, because he's always traveling around the world too, it's hard. It's hard to not be able to travel.
Imagine. Yeah.
So, going out and just exploring was great. And, I'm glad I had a lot of firsts experience this year despite COVID. So, and reading. I now downloaded Audible.
At least you know how to read. I don't.
Oh, I love reading. I used to love reading novels, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like, I felt like all I was doing in the past, I don't know how many years, was working, homework, being a mom, right? So now with this, the pandemic, I learned a lot about myself too. And I think that if everybody just kind of thinks about the positive impact that this pandemic has made, it'll make you feel at ease with 2020 a little better, right? Because you have new friendships, maybe you created new bonds with your family. You got to see them more. Your kids, maybe if you're away from your kids, maybe there's so much time now that you were able to spend time with them and actually value that time. And that's the word. It's now I value more. I look at I can see the value. More appreciation. Yeah, more appreciation and gratitude and just the value of everything that you have, right? So although we work and we hustle like crazy, this pandemic definitely has taught me a lot about, again, myself and the value of what I have in my life. So that was a little deep. No, that was good. A little deep, but I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, it's good. Like, when we were discussing earlier tonight about all of the necessities that we have to buy from the grocery store, if you think about it, I mean, I'm a spiritual dude. That doesn't mean that I'm an angel, but I truly believe that somehow God is trying to teach us that, you know what, guys, the world has become too hectic. It's gone way blown out of proportion. What do I mean by that? Maybe he's teaching us to go back to the basics, right? If you notice, a lot of your fancy restaurants have been closed down. Yes, right. That's another thing. Restaurants, movie theaters, and sometimes, a modern person would view that as very entertaining. Yes, it is. Don't get me wrong, but there's nothing better than, I read reports, I watched TV. Celebrities sitting at home with their kids, playing board games, learning how to cook together as a family, right? So I think that there's also a message here from a positive standpoint that time is of the essence, right? And we all had a lot of time to gather with kids at the dinner table, or like what you said, do other hobbies, like slow down, read a book. Because before this pandemic, okay, fine, I get it. Especially in North America, we want to make a lot of money, we want to hustle, but at the same time, how can we appreciate that when we're constantly moving 24/7? No, that is so true. That is so true. And I think, once things start to pick up again, we're gonna be like, damn, I wish it was a pandemic again. Right, exactly. Because it was just, it's you truly. And it's true. I think, going back to the spiritual aspect of it, I think, the man up above, always has a plan for all of us, and I think this was him exactly saying, guys, like, the world needs to just slow down a little bit.
Take it easy. Just chill out.
Everybody's life is just too fast. And you know, being in healthcare and just seeing what I saw, like, think about people at their last, like, breath, and their family can't be there.
Yeah.
Right? And they had to say goodbye, you know, via FaceTime or whatever it is. I think that to me was so heartbreaking.
Of course.
And then you realize that life is so short, right? Life is really too short. And you know, you're just reminded of all these things because of not only the pandemic, but you think about all the countries that were affected, right?
Everybody.
And look at, everybody was affected. I mean, look at our home country. I mean, even the Philippines, right? The Philippines is having such a hard time getting out of this pandemic. And, you know, our prayers and, of course, our thoughts goes out to everybody affected by this pandemic in the Philippines and, of course, around the world. Like, we should all really, you know, I think we can all get through this if we just unite and just follow the rules.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Yeah.
That's all it is. And I know it's hard, you know, but if we just continue to wear our face masks, follow the social distancing guidelines, of course, stay within your bubbles, right? 10 per bubble, and the bubbles can't mix with the other bubble, okay? But stay within your own bubbles, and just complete hand washing, right? And if you are showing symptoms, please get checked. Of course, go to your local assessment center, which are available in your city. All you need to do is just, of course, go online and check out which assessment center is the closest, right?
Yep. You know, one of the debates in the United States about this whole mask thing, what makes me laugh and what gets me a little bit agitated. Sorry, I'm going to be a little bit
controversial.
Controversial here, but let's say this just for the benefit of everyone here. They say that if you wear a mask in the States, or the leader of that world there, Donald Trump, says, well, what about freedom? But think about it this way. When you're wearing a mask, not only are you protecting your freedom, but you're protecting other people's freedom, because you're protecting your life, which brings freedom.
Yes.
And if I wear a mask, I respect another person's freedom because I don't want you to get infected.
Yes.
So the great thing that Canada has done, we realize that. You know, we respect that, right?
Yes.
We go to the malls, we go to the supermarkets, although it's uncomfortable. You know, let's, you know, keeping it real here. Yeah, sometimes you can't breathe or you feel uncomfortable. I'm like, I just want to throw this mask. But you're thinking about not only yourself, but you're thinking about the people that you go home to.
Yes.
The people that you interact with.
Yes.
And we need to keep the pace.
Yes.
Because we've seen it in the United States. They let go, they relax, and then they spiked again.
Yes.
At least with Canada, we have a steady. We don't have a curve yet. I think we've reached the max, but now we're okay. But for us to continue to do that, we need to be thinking of each other, right? It's not just about
disciplined.
We need to be disciplined.
Yeah,
so.
and you know what, guys, if it just hang on is what I want to say. You just need to hang on just a little bit longer. Let's try and flatten the curve. We've already flattened the curve, but let's continue to flatten it so that it doesn't go back. Right? We don't want it to go up and then we're going to hit the second wave. So, you know, honestly, I was on the fence. I know we have just 8 more minutes, but I was on the fence about sending my kids back to school. And I'm sure a lot of you parents around the world, you know, are probably experiencing the same thing. And if you are, hey, comment. Comment and let me know how you decided. Because with me, honestly, they're gonna go back to school, and by October they're gonna come back home. So I just think let's just follow, you know, the rules, you know, and just have them wear a mask, protect them the best we can. And of course, you know, kudos to our teachers and all the staff, the extra staff that are coming on board just to help our kids continue to learn the traditional way, because working online learning, distance learning, some of the kids are having difficulty with it. So thank you, of course, to our government and all the teachers, really every human that makes up our education system.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know how I can learn. I mean, like, we're older now, but I mean the kids, right? They need that interaction too, just socially. I mean, I was talking to a lot of parents, like coworkers, who are like, no, I want to send them to school. They need that interaction. They need to learn, but let's just keep them protected, right?
That could be another topic.
That can be another topic. How it went first day of school.
How it went
right?
first day of school, and how kids can, the importance of interacting.
Yes.
So as opposed to just social media, right?
So we're at our final 6 minutes. I just want to give a shout out to everybody who, of course, viewed today. Stuck with us throughout our whole show. Thank you so much, of course.
Thank you.
To Tita Lygia from California, DJ Tolitz, thank you so much. Of course, GC Lifestyle, all around Sarah and Grace Lorente, thank you so much. I believe they're part of the besties. So thank you so much for tuning in with us today on Keeping It Real with Shay. And of course, if you're not subscribed to Keeping It Real with Shay, please do subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, comment, and of course, click the bell so you could be up to date with our latest vlogs. While I still have a little bit of time, I would like to promote the upcoming events. Of course, this weekend, we have tomorrow, Saturday, September the 5th at 9 p.m. on Facebook Live. And of course, I will be hopefully live streaming if I can. Antoinette Targa's album launch and virtual birthday concert. Woo-hoo. Tune in, guys. I will make sure that I will promote the link on all of my social media platforms. So if you're not following me yet on Instagram, it's MZ, so Ms. Shay, SHAY_Lynn. That's Instagram. And Facebook, it's Shay Lynn Garcia. So make sure you guys check out my social media platforms for tomorrow's virtual concert and of course album launch of Antoinette Targa, and that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Sunday, September the 6th, JDL Performing Arts will be holding their virtual showcase, JDL Goes Broadway. I am so excited for this. I know our staff has worked very hard to put this together. So tune in, and that's YouTube Live. I will also be sharing the link to that live stream on my social media platforms. So again, JDL Goes Broadway, a virtual showcase, will be live streaming on YouTube on Sunday, September the 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys tune in there. I do have a special appearance.
Nice.
But I will be on there as well. And Jay, is there anything you would like to say in terms of any upcoming things that everybody should be looking out for with you?
So yeah, as of right now, we're in phase 3, and then I believe there's 50 to 100 people allowed per party, and the gigs are picking up again. So if you want to use our services or you want to have a discussion with us, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, message us. We're here to serve you, and if you're interested in using our services, I also want to advise you guys continue to watch us every other week or when we come on, because we have exciting things that are coming down the pipeline, especially for next year. Mm-hmm. We try to drop teasers here and there.
Yes.
Okay, we do have a purpose why we're doing this. Okay, we're not just here to be famous. We're also here to uplift you guys, right? So remember that word uplift or uplifted, because it's going to be a very important terminology. That's why we're doing a lot of this. As well, I think we can also open it up to the viewers or people who will watch after. You can give us suggestions on what you want to discuss or what you want to bring up. I mean, we want to make this an interactive thing as much as possible. Mm-hmm. As always, I'd like to thank Goody, amazing director. He's always here to support us. Thank you, DJ Tolitz. He also has his channel. Thank you for all of the supporters. We see your comments, and we want to continue to keep this growing. Thank you, Grace, for
Lente.
your tamsak. Tamsak. I just figured out what the hell does that mean 4 weeks ago. So thank you for the tamsak.
Yes.
Continue, guys, to subscribe, spread the word, right, to your friends and family. We promise you, we try to bring the best contact or contacts as much as possible.
Yeah, so of course, guys, comment and subscribe.
Comment.
I did share my social media platforms, Instagram, that's MZ Shay _Lynn, and of course on Facebook it's Shay Lynn Garcia. If you're not already following me, please do follow me, and of course subscribe to Keeping It Real with Shay. Hit the thumbs up button, comment, and of course click the bell upon subscribing. I'd like to thank, of course, Goody, as usual, for setting up and just always supporting,
Providing lumpia and pancit.
providing, of course, cGartist Apparel, always forever sponsored
Fresh
by
clothing.
cGartist. So thank you so much, and of course to our viewers tonight, once again, thank you so much. This is Shay signing off. Keep it real out there, guys, and of course subscribe to Keeping It Real with Shay. Good night, and we'll see you next time.
Stay safe.
And I'm going to end